Y'all, first, chia pudding. Hey y'all, welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. I've already had some water. Y'all got my coffee going. Y'all know that, right? We got a little Winnie the Pooh. I almost said sorry for my hair, but am I sorry for my hair? No, I'm not. It's clean. It's on my head. This new shampoo is interesting. This Native, which has not got any chemicals and all the terrible stuff in it, literally makes my hair like silk. It is wild, but it is hard to do anything with. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to get it trimmed. I'm going to let it grow out. I'm just not in the mood. And then spring, I will cut it and transform. Y'all, under construction here. But hey, did I say I'm Tracy? This is my channel. Tracy from the Mermaid Cove, and I welcome everyone. And if you're new, God bless you. Thank you. Really, truly, I love that. Because I know you're here because of quirkiness and different, and you know, that's my people. And yeah, I was watching some YouTuber and she said she was having a really bad day, and I looked at her, I'm like, oh, okay, this is you on a bad day? Anyway. I'm here. It's Saturday. I have 2 days off, y'all. I've literally filmed for you every morning and haven't posted it, so I'm not sure. I'm in a little bit of a low focus, follow through mental phase. But y'all, I have news. I have news. We're all going to be cautiously optimistic. I have an appointment coming this week with an actual person who deals with brains. We're having an hour appointment, and I'm very excited. And yesterday, excuse me, y'all, I don't know what is going on because I have not had, I take it back. I was gonna say I haven't had dairy. I had a little bit at work yesterday. I'm keeping my pumpkin ice cream there and just having a little bit at a time. Y'all, hold on. One of the many notebooks I've had full of the same things. Okay, now it's on the floor. Okay. I'm going to go through and I'm going to redo these things. Experiments. They're not mistakes. They're experiments, y'all. Okay. Okay to make experiments. Okay. So go on the CVS website. Just going to print out all my drugs, and I also want to have, you know, all the different manufacturers of the different generic Adderall. And it's like, first it's not your password. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's my password. And then it's like, well, we're not working right now, so just forget about getting anything done. But I know I've already printed it out. So one of my goals this weekend is I have, like, I'm cleaning this green thing over here, this cart. And I just took everything and put them in different bags. So I'm going to go through all those and, you know, declutter. Keep just what's a minimal thing I want to have in here, like a stapler, a scissors, a couple pens and pencils and markers, a few paper clips, stuff like that. And then a lot of stuff either I'll donate or I will go downstairs and put it with like things in my library. And then, you know, we'll go from there and do that. And that's time. So good. Trying to think, what did I have for dinner, y'all? I had a weird dinner. No, I had a little bit of leftover chili, so I had nachos. It was very good, actually. And I tend to over make them, but I made a much smaller batch, so I ate it all, which is good. Now, what was I going to share with y'all? You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Okay. So, y'all, this chia pudding is, oh my God, you guys. So, I had the Trader Joe's oat milk pumpkin, and I didn't have quite enough. And I remembered I had this, you know, I cannot find an expiration date on here, y'all. I can't. Anyway, it is what it is, right? Oh, here it is. Always hidden. You guys, why do they make it so you can't see it? Best by December. Okay. So this is the Stoke cold brew coffee. Literally can't even. Yes, I can. Cream. So I don't have a lot of this because there is real cream in it and it can bother my stomach. But y'all, I put like half a cup in that pudding. Oh my God. So it wasn't the main thing, but it adds something yummy. So I am going to make some coffee chia pudding. And you know, I have different flavored coffees, and again, it won't be a nighttime thing, but good to have coffee in your chia pudding in the morning. I'm obsessed with these things, y'all. One more bite. I took a tiny break because I do not want to burn myself out, y'all, because, you know, that's easy to do. The other thing, I haven't been super hungry this week. And I was lucky enough to have gotten 3 of those green chili with rice frozen meals from Trader Joe's, and I've eaten every one. And it's like breakfast, I'm not super hungry, so I would make that thing about 11 at work and just kind of eat on it. And that pretty much has saved my life. So, you know, I can, you know, it's interesting. Most of my life when I'm anxious or whatever, happy, upset, whatever, I tend to go to food, right? Because it releases chemicals in your brain, which I didn't know at the time. But there is a place beyond that where food doesn't work. And I get a little anxious. And I've been there all week. And, you know, I was anxious about getting the appointment and, you know, just all kinds of stuff. So, plus, hello, I literally am hardly ever on Instagram anymore because of, I don't care who it is. And I understand this, you're right, you know, all this stuff going on in the Middle East, I can't even talk about it, think about it, process it. I can't. So people are showing things and I literally cannot. I mean, it's so it's just so upsetting to me and destructive. It's hard for me to like look at that. Oh yeah, here's this, here's that, and then, oh yeah, let me get a scone. It upsets me. I had to go to the bathroom and cry one day. It was just horrible. So I haven't really been on it. But I do want to add some photos and stuff. And again, I've been threatening to put things on my community page because a lot of you who don't have Instagram can go there. So maybe I'll focus on that too. I want to do some shorts. But yeah, so all kinds of good stuff. I'm trying to focus on what I can do and kind of maneuver through what I can't. So a good example, I woke up this morning, 7:30, and I don't know, I fell asleep without my medicine, which was dumb, but, so anyway, I just didn't sleep well. So Clara was waking me up at 7:30. And I vaguely remember I was listening to something on my phone. And I thought to myself, you know, you really should not leave your phone in the bed. Because you guys, when I tell you I'm a wild sleeper, I'm a wild sleeper. So imagine the phone's a little in the middle to the right. I wake up and when I look at my phone, right, I felt like I need to plug it in because it hadn't been plugged in all night, which it weirds me out to plug it in all night because I'm still using one of the chargers that blew up my iPad. So I need to bring one of my new chargers up and then I won't worry about it. Maybe. Can't find it. But you know what? I need to make my bed better today. So I undo everything. Sometimes you don't do that and then the phone will go flying. So I do all that, no phone. So I go around the side of the bed to have a cool little flashlight thingy that blinks. That gets bright that I can set down when I'm looking for things. So I look under the bed, not there. But then I like, oh yeah, remember when I fell and I like banged into my nightstand and now none of the drawers fit correctly? Why don't I try to put them in right now because, you know, off I'm on. And y'all, I am so blessed. I have a grateful heart today because I did not hurt myself really badly, because that metal, some of it's twisted, and I thought, wow, I'm gonna have to try to get a hammer or something and bend it back. I can get all in but really one, but a couple of the drawers are, but again, I really want to go through, you guys, and empty most of it out. Why do I have so much stuff by my bed? And then on the other side, there is a TV stand, which is like a wicker dresser. My mom loved this thing. On the top two, I can clear most of that out and keep stuff there if I really need it. And then have just like Claire's brush and my lip stuff and face stuff and hand stuff, right? I don't need all of this by my bed. But that will not impact a roommate. So that is down the line, y'all. That's down the line. But anyway, I just felt, I said to myself, you are so lucky. Because I must have hit the left side. And boy, that side is the side that's messed up. So anyway, I have a grateful heart today. So start our day with a grateful heart, y'all. So I am grateful that, is that a negative? I am grateful that I did not, I'm grateful that, my body was intact. Is that it? Y'all, I am grateful that I have you guys to talk to in my head literally all day long. I think I want to share this, I want to share that. So I'm grateful you're here. I'm grateful if you're watching, period. If you comment and like and subscribe, that's like such a gift to any YouTuber. Thank you. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful I have made myself some chia seeds that I could focus enough to do this yesterday. So I'm trying to be grateful what I can do and really try to keep track of things I didn't finish or didn't get done or whatever the word is, and work on it. So yeah, let's start our day. Start each day with a grateful heart, y'all. Start each day with a grateful heart. Yeah, that's the message. So I want to spend a little time today writing down, reflecting what I want to talk to. I think he's a nurse practitioner, but what's so cool, his office manager, I think it's just 2 or 3 people there, is really efficient. I like her a lot. And it's all, you do it through, I can't think of the word, but through the phone, right? Which listen, that is honestly one of the best things that has come from the pandemic is telemedicine appointments. Is that what you call it? Because especially something like that, he doesn't, you look at me or take my temperature, or my blood pressure, or anything like that. So I am grateful that I can do it that way. So anyway, I'm going to do a little reflecting today and write some stuff down and get my narrative. I don't want to, carry on too long about how nightmarish she's been with my other doctor and CVS. So that's that. And then I got my secret project to work on. So I'm going to go out there later when it's a little warmer. And my weed whacked. I need to weed whack a little bit more. I have a couple things to put in the garage. I think I'm going to do is like pull my car out and do a little bit in the garage today. There's a couple of these invasive things that Beverly told me about that I just need to go on the side of my house and cut and bag, and for now. And yeah. And as I'm threatening, y'all, as I'm going to move down more into my studio, because the lighting is phenomenal. I have one more light to change, and it's a game changer for me. So what I want to do is, and maybe I'm ready to take y'all with me. It's still a lot, it is what it is, but I have made such huge progress down there. I truly have made Herculean progress, especially considering my challenges, right, with focusing and impulsivity and all that. So, but I have a card table, and that's usually my painting table. And it still has stuff on it. And Claire, I have a container, like a storage container that Claire lays on under there, all cozy. So that's her spot. So I have to rearrange my chair where my legs will fit and not disturb the queen. I might need to switch it over a little bit, but y'all, I don't know. She and Oscar love that. My baby Oscar. I miss my bubs. My bubs the chubs, for those of you who remember my Oscar. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm going to pay attention to my brain. And I've had a tired brain, y'all, all week. I really have. And that's what it is, right? So going to pay attention to that. And I had written something down in my readings. You know, I'm doing like 5-10 minutes of readings a day. And this said, I love this, so I wrote it down. Develop trust for the present moment. Develop trust, period. Right? Trust. Big thing for me. And because you know, when you have things happen to you when you're young, especially involving people who love you the most and would die for you, it's a problem. So I've been, you know, this is my whole life journey, I think, is to trust. I really do. So develop trust for the present moment. So I like that. I wanted to do an art page on that. I've been looking through, again, some of my art books to let go, because in my maybe I'll do my shelf and my, you know, I'm going to finish, maybe I'll finish up my bookshelves in the living room. So I have one thing full of books that I want to pull things from. But so here's how this works, y'all. So everything is like a 5-step process. So I need to go downstairs, and the top of this metal storage thing I have, which ultimately I would love for that to go in my fabric closet, is full of books. Wonderful, yummy, great, awesome books, y'all. So what I wanted to do, and I don't know, I wanted to put them down there. One, I just don't need them in my living room, and I'm going to try to, you know, go downstairs. And if I come up here to work, when I have a roommate, then it'll be something I take away with me, right? I'm not going to have what I have now going on. So, plus I'd like to do a puzzle. So I got to get my puzzle board cleared. But yeah, so I need to, I've done my studio in quadrants. I don't know why. I'm a very organized thinker. You know, when I'm a great organizer, y'all. I can see organization from chaos, but of course part of my brain makes chaos out of organization. And I'm thinking, as I'm letting stuff go, I will have less to make chaos with, if that makes sense, right? I'm still threatening y'all. I want to make that Starbucks dupe, right? Oh, by the way, change my subject. So I was looking, something came up actually at work, this, like, you know, that annoys crap out of me too. It's like somehow there's a you know, the news crap comes up, and anyway, I usually click on Trader Joe's stuff. So, but this woman was talking about Starbucks. There's a new Starbucks coming out, a gingerbread latte, chai, cold brew, you know, something like that's their new flavor. But she said it's really, really tastes like chai. And y'all, I'm not a chai person, so I'm going to skip the new one, y'all. But we're going to get the peppermint the minute I'm going to get some peppermint. Anyway, I want to make that pumpkin thing, right? I have to check. I hope my half and half's good. I'm be very disappointed in myself. Pumpkin drink. Anyway, so I'm going to draw out my studio a little bit for y'all. Hope you indulge me here. I'm sure people have already left, and that's okay. Okay, so maybe the door's there, right? Okay. So, but it's coming along, really. Okay, so this is rough, right? So when you come in my studio, like here, right, and there's a closet, which all my fabric's in, a sewing machine. I have this really cool AV cart. Y'all remember those from growing up my time? Which is perfect for when you want to put stuff away and bring it out. So I have that, and it is organized chaos in there. Like everything's kind of contained. And again, when I get my library better done, y'all, I'm going to take one thing at a time, and we're going to go through them. I'm excited. And this is the door going into the heating little room. And I have a twin bed, which is like a sofa, you know, a hanging out spot. I have a bookcase my dad made right here full of magazines, zines, that kind of thing, and art books. Then against this wall right here is plastic storage I've had forever. You know, like the drawers, and there's 2 on top, and it's so well organized, but I can't get to half of them because I have a thing like this and a thing like this, right? So this is full of containers. This is where all the books are right now. Bookcases are here, and I've been working on my bookcases, and I as I work, I see more and more that I need less behind me, because what I really want to do, and okay, so guys, I've been putting everything in the cat bathroom downstairs, and then Juan was coming to look at my air and heating thing, and so I thought, well, let me just shut this door because it looks like psychopaths live there, right? No judging on psychopaths, but because I'm literally, anything that's empty goes in there. Boom, boom. I don't have to think about it. I don't want to pile here. I don't want to pile there. So I shut the door, and somehow it locked. I don't believe that door has been shut since we moved in here. That's okay. I have another door from the library. I'm praying that one's not locked, but I will literally have to push myself through. But everything's like boxes and stuff like that. So that's another story. But I'm looking for a, I'm going to put my leggings in my closet. And I have a, like a thing like that, you know, like shorter, like old from Target. So that I want to roll them up and put in that, and then be able to pull them in and out. Because in my head, I'm already redoing all my stuff in my room. What are you doing, sis? Hold on. Okay, is that good? I made her a little nest. There you go. That's better. There you go. And, okay, so back to here. So that's going on. I told Beverly, oh my God, it's like stuff you can't make up. I'm going to do some laundry tomorrow. I got all that contained, and then I'm going to take a nice bath, lighting, and then we have to talk about aromatherapy. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. So, and then on this side, there's a cabinet, like a white cabinet, and I do have food stuff in there, and honestly, that's, I would like to just have one, because I'm going to go through the pantry, and I need to have at least one thing clear for the person. And like I said, when somebody comes and it's going to work, I'm going to get a, yes, thank you, a freezer for the garage. But so I have a lot of mixes, I think, stuff like that. So I really want to just have one, because I do have stuff in the garage, but in the winter, y'all, I'm just not huffing it to the garage in the cold. So that, and then there's all kinds of baking stuff and stuff related to that. So I do want to go through and organize that. It doesn't have to be done now. That's down later, right? So, and then there's a big spot right here where right now I'm putting things that are in containers that I've been using that I might want to get something out of. So I have all that in one place. Then I have my TV, and I have a green cabinet, and I have, I don't even know what I have in there. I think I have journals I've worked on, that kind of thing. But what I want to do is in the library, I have a big dollhouse, right? And full of tchotchkes. So this is, I wish I'd take, I'm sure there's a picture somewhere of it full and looking great. It's like my little, but I'm gonna let most of them go. And on the side, I have like little shelving, floating shelves, and all the tchotchkes are gonna stay there that I keep. So a little collection. I like them better as a collection. But I want to do is put my journals in there, things that I've worked on in there, like artistic things. You guys, at the library, someone put in a display of miniature rooms. Oh my God. Y'all, there's one that's a teapot. I didn't even have a chance to, it's like, every day at work, I'm going to go and spend 10 minutes just looking at one. They are phenomenal. And I have always wanted a dollhouse. Not, I probably told you this story. Have I started reporting? But there's new people. I probably haven't heard it. But growing up, there was my house, the Richardsons, and then the Mangrams. And the Mangrams, like, my best friend was a Mangram, right? Because we're the same age. So in the middle was the Richardsons, and she had 2 boys. My mom and her were besties. Everyone in the, it was the old fashioned, everyone knew everyone, but Darlene and Liz Johnson and Nan were all like really close, but Darlene and my mom were super close, right? Darlene was like my second mother, and Darlene was the one that could whistle, so we all had our own whistle. So like, I think mine was like 4 sharp whistles was me, and I had head home from the woods, and you know, so it's just so cool. I mean, just so cool. But she had a dollhouse, right? And she had 2 boys. So her husband was an engineer. She had lighting, dimmable lighting. She had water. She had everything. I mean, I wish I had pictures of that. I really do. I wish I had pictures of that. She's gone now. It's a long story, but she died way before my mother. So, but she was so much fun. My mom, I wish I had someone in my neighbor like that. I mean, they were always up to nonsense. And, they're the ones like, okay, so when Watergate happened, y'all, and for those of you who don't know, Watergate was an American thing with Richard Nixon. So in their hearing, so my mother would go over there and they would smoke, drink coffee, and then move into a little better stuff, and stay in their pajamas, and you know, not pajamas, but a gown or like house coat. My mom had a house coat, a beautiful, different one. She had a really beautiful purple with like the gold, very 70s. And then they would scurry like when husbands were coming home and do whatever. But so what's interesting is when I was working at the Capitol, and Sam Nunn, who was involved, I said, oh my God, Senator Nunn, you're like, you know, you're such a big thing in my house, and you know, that Watergate stuff, and you know, you were involved in all that Watergate, blah, blah. And he says, now, what's your name? I said, Tracy. He goes, Miss Tracy? He goes, I was not involved in the Watergate stuff. Sam Nunn's from Georgia. He said, I was there to fix it, figure it out, because there's a big difference. I said, well, anyway, you're my hero. My mom and our neighbor loved Sam Nunn. They loved Sam Nunn. So anyway, it's a great story. But y'all, I could talk about my Capitol stories. Y'all put in the comments. You want to hear some tidbits from the senator's elevator. Wild. I will write a book on that. I have notes somewhere. I'll find them. Okay, so okay, dollhouses. So it was amazing dollhouse. I still have memories of just not wanting to go home, and I probably liked it a little bit more than my friend did. And so Darlene, I can remember too, like when we moved to Arizona, she flew out on my 21st birthday. You know what I mean? That's just how, by this time, my friend and I weren't really friends. You know, it's interesting. Well, we weren't in touch, right? But you know, sometimes you become friends with someone because of location, right? Like you work with them, or you live next to them, or they're your college roommate, or on the same floor. But it's not really lasting. It's not like once you take away from that, you might not have as much in common and stuff like that. So, and that's kind of, you know, what went on with that. But I do have crazy memories. Yeah. So Angela got me this dollhouse, and I thought, my thinking originally was I would do each room like in the style of a different artist. Like I'd have a Frida Kahlo room, right? You know, I would have a Matisse room, that kind of thing, you know. But that requires focus and follow through. And great idea, y'all. And I'm not dead, so maybe eventually, but not now. So anyway, I'm looking at all this doll stuff, and I'm like, this stuff would be so addicting. Literally, I don't have anything. So someone said, just do it. Start it. I said, are you my friend? Stop it. Because I don't even have time or the mental health for that kind of obsession. But, you know, down the line, you never know. But anyway, it's really cool, interesting. It's a plain dollhouse, right? So I might do some decoupaging on the outside, but you know what, collaging, but that's down the line. But anyway, so I'm going to use that to put some of my art finish stuff, right? And that should give me more room in that cabinet to put things that I don't really, like maybe some tools and stuff that I don't use very often, but then I know where they're at. Because again, and you know, maybe, I don't know if I'll have time today because of my project, but we'll see. But I'm going to take you down there and go through it with y'all and get some ideas from you. So that's going on. But so in the, let's see here. Okay. And then here are a bunch of IKEA. Actually, this would be a lot of work, but I could take one of, I probably have, Okay, so I have like one, two, I don't know, 3 or 4 IKEA, just like the one I have by my bed, y'all. I can switch it out because one of the middle ones that I don't use very often can be the one that, and the top one won't fit. And I don't even, now mine's purple upstairs. That's fine. I don't care. I got red. I can do that. I have silver. You guys, see, talking to you, honestly, talking through with y'all is how my brain works. And that's why I love doing these things. And I appreciate those of you who want to watch them, right? So change out nightstand. Oh my God. That is, and it's going to be a moving around thing, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not doing it today, but I'll have to show y'all what I mean. Okay. And then there is this cool sorting thing, like a mail sorter. I got at the Goodwill ages ago for different things. And then on top of it, of course, I have all this, I have a big thing of paper and all kinds of cool stuff, right? But I am going through there and letting go of some things too. And then all this is bookcase, y'all. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, I think. 6. And again, I want everything right behind my desk to be where I can go. I want my painting, that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to be able to go and like have the dish pan things or the litter boxes I get from Dollar Tree full of a certain project, right? That's my thinking. And scissors, glue, all that kind of stuff there. So I got some more working on that. But that, again, is something to do later, right? Once I have my first floor and a roommate settled. And then, so this sticks out here. And there's a table. My mom and I in our last house had a little table, a dinette table. And these really cool, like, dinette red chairs, 2 chairs. So I have that next to the bed, and that is really where I was keeping my sewing machine, stuff like that. I don't feel like it's the best height for my sewing machine, but one, I was keeping it in the library when I sewed on my table. I used to have a computer there. I don't have that anymore. So that, I can keep that empty and, that thing. So that, and I can keep things I'm using sewing wise there. Or I really can move the sewing stuff to my library and have one as a painting table, and I need like a sorting table. Like I'm going to add, maybe after I upload this, I'll upload the other thing of me being in the living room with papers over me. Hi, Claire. What do you want to come say hi to everyone? Come here. Come on. Come on, baby girl. Come here. No? Okay. She just wants FOOD. Anyway, so that's that. And then meanwhile, I'm letting stuff go, y'all. I'm letting it go. I got to get back in the groove. It's like I can't live in that mind space forever, like day after day after day. But this weekend, I really would like to get enough and then get in that garage for an hour because the weather's going to be decent this weekend, and just start throwing stuff in boxes. Because I have, one of the rolling storages, which if y'all can go back and see me declutter my garage, it's in a playlist, I believe. So there's some containers full of calendars, stuff like that. So I got to limit it down. I have been getting rid of a lot, and I've given notebooks to everyone at work, whether they wanted them or not. But I said, here's the empty thing. We have a tubs that our friends at the library come to take, to sell. So that's what I put everything in. And then, so really like there's one here that's harder to get to. And then here, there's one, there might be 2 or 3 on top of each other, which I've had like stamps and that kind of thing. So, yeah. And then this whole thing of books. And right now, I did not deal with any of this right here. So it's got all kinds of stuff around it that I'm sorting into. So, but that's kind of basically what's going on. And then I would like to use, I'm going to let a lot more go in the garage. And I would like to have like, let's say a box or Christmas junk journal stuff I'm not using, or Halloween, or and I wouldn't mind having a couple boxes of just scraps to go through at another time that I haven't sorted, that kind of thing. And so I got to go and think, okay, is the possibility of this book as important as that, right? And I have to do it quickly. So I've been just going by and looking in this one container and taking stuff. So I need to finish. I'd like to finish just that up. There's 2 things. I'd like to just make the decisions and move on, right? And I really need to get near the bookcases, and there's still mice business there because I need to move stuff out to really clean. As I'm working on a shelf, when I use my mask, I use my gloves, and I spray everything. So that's, all kinds of good stuff going on. And it's, labor of love. But my library right now looks like Hurricane Tsunami Tracy's been through. And that's okay, because sometimes you have to do that. So my goal again was to get everything off the floor and put it on the bookcase. So I want to go through, I haven't gone through the children's books yet. I need to do that. And I bet right now, if I go through some of the fiction and nonfiction I thought I wanted, I could let it go, right? But I don't want to keep doing that, right? I don't want to go over and over. But sometimes with books, that might be more reasonable for me, right? But I want to do that again. I've given away 500, 600 books this year. No, it could be 700. It could be a lot more than that. So I'm really proud of that. And I can remember thinking, like, when I would buy a book from the bookstore, I think, why would someone donate this? Why would they give it up? Well, now I know. I understand. I understand. And you guys, I have to show you, again, my tangent. So there's it's interesting how you learn about yourself, right? If you're paying attention. So there's an author, Dare Wright, Wright, and first name Dare, Dare. She does children's books, right? And they're older, in the 60s and 70s. And when we first bought, the main one is called The Lonely Doll. And I have pretty much every one. But when they first came out, I don't know if the library had bought them. I don't know what happened, if they were reissued. I don't remember, because it was really early on in my career. And children's librarians went wild. Like, how dare you? And this is this and this, and it's abuse and this and that. And I just thought it was funny and interesting. And I thought, wow, because her pictures she's taken, I mean, she has a style, y'all. She's really interesting. And, but anyway, I love them. Maybe I even liked them because people hated them. I don't know. Anyway, I was looking at one because I came across one. And now I'm much older now. Let's say I'm 25 years older. And I'm looking at it, and maybe I've had some self-discovery. But I thought, yeah, I can see now what they saw, which I could not see 25 years ago. Isn't that interesting? I just thought, wow, yeah. I see now what made them so upset. And before I found it, I don't know what I found, but yeah, it's interesting. So I might show you some Dare Wright, but I still love them. They're probably collectible. I don't know, but and there's a book called The Real Doll, I think, and An Interesting Life. That my friend Mimi and I were obsessed with Dare Wright, because we like Diane Arbus subjects, and and Diane Arbus, Arbus, was a photographer, artist, and she liked to photograph things that disturb society or were not considered normal, like special needs kids or people in the circus, or just stuff like that. Just really interesting eye. Like, she just saw things differently. And I can remember once being at an art conference, and you get to know people you're around. And I remember this really cool woman. She was from San Francisco. I think we were in Ohio. And she's like, I mean this in the best way possible. You remind me of Diane Arbus. I absolutely cherished that statement my whole life. I don't remember anything about the woman, what she looked like, or I remember she's from San Francisco, and I remember thinking she was super cool, like how I'm not cool, she was cool. Like, some people just seem effortlessly cool. And, yeah. So, anyway. So, when I could do a Diane Arbus room in my dollhouse, y'all. So, anyway. So, that's the story of the studio, y'all. And I think I'm ready to take you down. So, again, I have so many things I'd like to delve into today. But I'm not sure I can. I don't think I have that. Like, I was trying to describe at work, talking to my supervisor. I'm really doing my best not to impact patrons. Well, number one, patrons want to be seen, heard, talked to, thanked, a smile at. They're not asking for a lot. People... I mean, the library is one of the few places where you engage with people still, right? And it's really neat like that. That's the best part of my job. So if I made a mistake on a record, is not important as that is the customer service and the, reaching out as the library, right? Like, connecting with people. That's the most important thing. And my supervisor believes that too. So thank God I have support. I have major support. But I also have people who think I'm not doing a good job and have issues. But you know what? That's not I can't do what I can't do. But honestly, my 75% is better than some people's 100. It's the truth. So it's been an emotional journey the last couple of weeks, kind of focus and let go what I need to let go of. And of course, it still bothers me. You want every single person to like you, but do I? No, I don't. So anyway, but my supervisor and I were talking about stuff, and she sent me a really good article, and I don't know how to send it on, but when I figure that out, I will go through that one day. But she was talking about, and I love this, the article is talking about how with emotions and feelings and how we see stuff, it can be opaque, right? Like opaque in art is like it's like a film. It's like things, it's not clear. It's not see-through. If I was, let's say I was using a photo and I didn't really want the photo to show, but I wanted the idea of the photo, you could put gesso, you could put things on it to make it more opaque, right? So you don't really see the whole picture. And I thought about that, like, what a great word. Like every day I feel like we see things differently, just like even looking at this Dare Write book differently, that maybe it was more opaque for me when I saw it 25 years ago, right? So I just love that, like opaqueness. And it was basically a book, it was about like having breakdowns, breakthroughs, and how important they are. And the cult of normalcy and the myth of normalcy. And yeah, it was really a great spot on article for me. And it's so deep, I keep reading it, but I would like to send it to people if I could, or I have to figure out how to make it a link. I don't know, y'all. That might be way beyond me. But I was trying to send it to my friend, and I don't know. I'm not good at stuff like that. But anyway, I got to remember to have someone show me. So it's even like my computer screen was large, so what I normally see on my toolbars wasn't there. And I know, like, to click something and it's bad. I don't know how I did it. I clicked something. It's like I couldn't figure it out. It was making me crazy. Stuff like that my brain just won't retrieve. But I feel like it's almost like changing gears, like, okay, you start off at 0 and I learned driving a stick shift, and like somehow it's like taking my gears a long time to shift, and I'm trying to be okay with, well, I have to be okay with it, right? I mean, that's it. Or they're sticky or something. And like Beverly, my friend, said to me, it's not that you're not doing stuff, and it's not that you're not, I hate that word accomplished, but she said, it's your focus that's bothering you, that it takes you longer, that it's not like this. And I thought about that, and I thought, and like I can't retrieve information right now. Like I'm really good at like books, picking out books for people, remembering books, and I can't right now. Is that the end of the world? No, it's just different, right? And maybe as you age, this happens more. I don't know. But and like the idea of literally saying something and I don't remember, but I think that will change when I have my medicine. And my spelling, like I said, y'all, is insane. But I've always had trouble spelling as someone who's dyslexic. That's a challenge. But I know I after E, except after C, and some kind of words like neighbor and way. Right? Like that. I use that literally. And I use the ABC song all the time. It's a library thing. Anyway, I was talking about like, what I do bring as an employee is not measurable, right? It's not like your salary, you do this. It's just who I am. And it's so important to me. And that's like, I just love having a job where I connect with people and communicate. Not everyone wants to be communicated with, but I'm pretty good at figuring that out. But even, I don't know. We were talking about an issue someone's trying to solve, and they're getting no help from the department that it's involved with. And I said, really, libraries are amazing. And I'm not saying all people are created equal, but really, we do try to solve problems if we can. If we can't, get you the information you need to move forward. And I mean, you can't even go to McDonald's and get an order right sometimes, right? Or, you go to, like, I can't even get over the CVS doctor information, all this crazy information. This is like life and death, really. You know what I mean? Like really important stuff. And there's no consistency. You can come to the library and you can get consistency, right? So anyway, I don't know. I just love that. And I thank you guys for sharing your library stories. And y'all, if you go get a card, let me know because that makes me happy, right? I love when parents come to get a kid a card. I'm like, well, do you have a card? Let's get you a card too, right? But I've had so much fun this week talking to the kids about what they were. And one little girl, oh my God, so cute. And she was Vampira. Vampira is a series of books, and she has all kinds of adventures. And I thought that was super interesting. And another little girl's like, I don't know who, I just like the costume. Good for you, right? And I remember one time I found, Mimi and I and my mom were great thrifters, and I found this really cool bag I knew Mimi would love. It was like navy blue and had a pink star, and it was just super cool. I knew she'd love it. And Mimi changed outfits all the time and changed all her accessories all the time. That was her thing. That was her art. And Mimi said she was somewhere, and a teenager girl, maybe it was even a library, she said, because Mimi is the children's librarian, but it said, do you know what that's from? Like, you're using that, you don't even know. You're not cool. You think you're cool, but you're not cool. Mimi's like, dear God, it's some kind of teenage action thing. Like, we had no clue. But we know cool when we see it. So anyway, so that's going on. This is my new book where I'm going to write everything down. And I started in fits and starts this week. I still haven't figured it out, but the idea is it would be in this book, right? It would be in this book. So I'm going to, but what I like the idea is like, okay, so I make notes in here and then I can transfer to here for the day, or like use my cool board that I showed y'all. I don't know if I showed y'all if I posted it. Really? Because I'm confused now. That's okay. So I have these really cool erase boards. So if I showed you, it can't hurt to show again, right? So the idea is I have one on my desk at work, and I keep one upstairs for thoughts, and then so I can take down and write, like today, like 4 trips to the studio, clear top of books. Oh, right. Yep. Go through green cart bags. Yep. Under a cupboard. So there's a cupboard I want to clean. Under the sink, I want to organize that better, but that won't be today. Start to clear the freezer. I think with the temperatures, I can start doing it. I'm going to be ruthless, y'all. Weed whack, clear deck. I want to call, make a doctor's appointment with my brother's doctor, because it might be, and I was going to make a gastric appointment, but I think I'm going to wait closer to the end of the year after I see the doctor. I did call and ask the doctor to send me a new thing for referral for mammogram. I got to follow up on that. Okay, email brain appointment. I have that, y'all. But anyway, I just love this. So I have that. But yeah, so I'm going to take a little bit of time and put them all together. And this is my, I have a smaller appointment book and this. I got to figure it out, right? And try to get everything kind of in the same thing. I did print out something. Broccoli chicken stir fry. Doesn't that sound good, y'all? Because I have so everything, chicken half, soy sauce, cornstarch, salt, red pepper flakes, hoisin sauce, sriracha, I'm not using that, sugar, rice vinegar, olive oil, broccoli, carrots. I have some carrots, garlic, and ginger. So I have everything. I don't have broccoli, but I feel like I have frozen broccoli. So that's one of the things I want to look for. So that sounds really good. So I switch gears, by the way. And I have sweet potatoes and peppers. So I wanted to do is find one of my mini kielbasas. And I thought, okay, I would probably, I don't know, what would y'all do? So I was thinking about, okay, I will nuke the sweet potatoes a little bit. I'm going to cut them. And then throw that, marinate them in something, in the kielbasa, and just put it on a sheet pan and make it in the oven. So that sounds kind of good, right? And I have rice if I want, or, yeah. So that sounds kind of good. And then I want to do some kind of casserole with some chicken I have. So I was thinking about this I think I talked about this, but I don't know if I posted it. That's just, y'all, that's just where it's at. Y'all, water. Yesterday, my goal was 60 ounces, and I did 40, like almost 50. So that was good, but I really want 60 to be the minimum. I think, if right now you couldn't change anything, and I don't care what it is, if you added as close to 100 ounces of water as you could a day, you're like 50% of your ailments would probably disappear. I mean, because my mom, we went through this when she had really bad vertigo. And I actually literally had to go physical therapy for it. And her, all these physical therapists, like, do they have to pass a personality test? I've never met one you just don't want to invite over to Christmas dinner, right? I mean, that's how great. But, or Thanksgiving or whatever you celebrate, Sunday dinner. And she said that hyperhydration is the main thing for anything anyone's experiencing. And now she meant 125 ounces. Well, literally, I knew my mother could not do 125 ounces. I would have trouble doing that. But you know what? If my mom could do 60 every day, you know, now you can't make people drink. My mom was a pretty good water drinker, but that's like a job. That's like a mission. So I'm easing myself into that. And of course, summer's so much easier. But if I have these, keep it full, keep where I see it, it helps, right? And then I have, it's about, how many ounces is this thing? I don't know. What do y'all think? Like 10, 12 ounces? Something like that. That's my protein shake. And I got my chia seeds in my protein shake. So yeah, so I'm working on hydration, right? And it's something that nobody has to write a script for. You don't have to talk to your insurance about, right? You just have to get in the habit of that. So that I'm really doing. The going to bed early, I have not done all week. And it's obviously one of the reasons I haven't been feeling good and maybe had low energy. You guys, I meant to find it, but I literally hid these things from me and I can't remember where they're at. This trio, the cinnamon sugar covered chocolate, like toffee things, the new things at Trader Joe's are dangerous. They're so good. And the toffee's not like the kind that will rip out a crown. And I ate 4 one night, and I'm telling you, I felt so bad the next day. I hid them from myself, and I'm gonna do my best not to buy anymore. I can't even promise you I won't, right? Or promise myself, but dear God, you guys, they're so good. But I have really been not eating a lot of sugar. So I think having those things, which is nothing but pure sugar, has weirded my brain out. So I'm really this weekend, protein, right? Protein, fruit, protein. That's what we're going to work on. But, you know, and I know, like an alcoholic, like I can't drink soda. I can't. So I will have like a couple Sprites just in case. Don't buy them anymore. I'm very proud of myself. That was huge. And then, so right now the compromise is if I go out and I'm eating, then I can have a Sprite. Like, no, Chinese food only. There's something about that. But in some ways, you know, it's interesting when let's say I go to a Chinese restaurant, I get one. I only drink like that much now. I don't really drink at all. So that's good. But I'm going to work on sugar. And I know some people can just say, oh, I'm going to give up sugar and then give up sugar. Well, God bless you and good for you. But that's not how it is for everyone. There are actual biological things in different people's bodies, genetics, why some people have a, you know, or like, you know, one of my friends who's Asian heritage, like she can't drink alcohol. And there's something a majority of Asians are missing, an enzyme that will help metabolize it. So she literally breaks out in hives, right? And I can drink only so much alcohol before my body feels drunk, right? Where my other friend can drink so much, she barely registers it. So we're all so different. And, you know, but anyway, it's in my forefront. And I'm really hoping as I get the right medicine, my brain balances out. It's easier for me to make decisions, y'all. It is, because I have a minute to, it's hard to explain, but so now I've been trying to train myself to have this, like, okay, like, you know, I'm not going to spend extra money this month on what I don't have to. And so it's like, okay, I'm on Amazon. And then I'm like, next thing you know, I'm like, wait, I did that. And I went on and canceled it in 10 minutes because I thought you weren't in the moment. You weren't listening to what you claim you want to do. Anyway, now let's change subjects again. So I'm trying to follow on through things like my humidifier. So I literally put my humidifier in my bathroom. So now I'll remember, I walk by it constantly. I need to clean it and get it going again because the heat is killing me. And I'm also so much colder than normal. And I don't know if that's just an aging thing, but like literally I usually have my house at 67 and I'm freezing. I turned it up right now to 72 because I feel like, is my heat not working right? I mean, it's working, but something seems off. So I want to see how it feels, but that kills me. My sinuses and and I have an ENT appointment coming up, not this week, but next week. I'm cooking, y'all. But so I got to remember to turn that down. But so I literally have to put it in, like, on my list is bathroom because I want to, I've been very good about keeping all my clothes in the bathtub, you know, and so I can just take them and pull them, and that's for tomorrow. But I want to get everything cleared out. I have a vaporizer. I want to get that set up. I've had a water pick I haven't used. I want to read through that and set that up. So what I wanted to do was follow through with things. So I have this really cool aroma diffuser my friend gave me. And the smell of the litter box, I'm not talking about what she does, but the smell of the litter, naturally, whatever they put in it, because I can't get my normal, I hate. So I thought, let me get my aromatherapy thing going and I'll smell like loveliness. And I thought, let me check, right? These essential oils. Literally, cats, it's toxic. Almost everyone is toxic for cats, like orange smell or all the smells I love. So it's like frankincense, chamomile, and lavender, right? So I have lavender. So that's what I'm going to do. I do not have frankincense. So I kind of wanted that to kind of go all the time. But the thing is, in the bathroom, I was going to keep it in the bathroom, right? But that's where her litter box is. So is it going to go on the floor? She's going to get on her paw. She's going to lick it. In the bedroom, she sleeps in the bedroom. In the kitchen, her food's in the kitchen. So what do y'all think? Like, what can I use that's going to mask that smell in my house, right? So I keep thinking, I wonder if I could put it in my bathroom on the first floor. So I'm going to do the lavender, and I'm not going to get the chamomile. If I find something in Frederick, I might, but otherwise I'll do it in December. Yeah, so do y'all know, I mean, I need to do some more research on it, but if the remote thought it would hurt my cat, no. Miss Clara, no. But y'all, do you have any ideas? Like, what can I use? I mean, those things you plug in, I generally hate the smell of them. And would that affect her? Right? But I can't have like vanilla baking in the oven all the time, but I want my house to smell good. And it's weird. When Beverly came in the other day, I'm like, does my house smell funny? Does it smell like pee? What is it? Because I can't smell correctly because my nose is clogged up. So I always feel like there's some weird smell in my house. TMI? No. This is going to be a long one. It's probably going to be impossible to post. You're going to be like, really? You want to post this? So it's about following through on those things. I will do my humidifier. I can't stand it. But you got to really clean it well. And then I want to clean the area. It's not, so I guess I could do the lavender. I could try it in the bathroom because she doesn't go in that bathroom really. And then it would come through the house, but it wouldn't be directly into her food. But let me know in the comments about that if y'all have made it this far. Maybe I should start next time in the beginning too, because I'm really curious what y'all think. So just following through with stuff like that. Like I have some returns for Amazon. So I'm thinking Monday. So Tuesday's my appointment. So I'm going to change my schedule around. I'm going to write that down. So Monday, I was thinking about I'm going to go to Trader Joe's and then maybe I could go by Kohl's. That could be my day that I just get stuff done. And then, so I'm going to work half a day Tuesday because I just want to be home and at my table and have my thoughts. And, if I'm emotional, I don't want to be like having to get on the desk and help people. And then Wednesday I work all day, and then Thursday I'm off because Friday's my normal day off, and we have a holiday, so then I get another day, so I'll be off Thursday, Friday, which is awesome, and then Friday hopefully I'm going to be hanging downtown in Frederick with some friends, and then I work Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, so returning that stuff is important. Get that off my list. And then my light, y'all, every night I come home, I'm tired, I don't do it. So today I'm going to sit down and film just me doing that light so you guys can see it too. I want to get that going. And is tomorrow daylight savings turns off, right? Thank you. Because I've never been really aware. I've always been like, yeah, it's annoying because I feel like jet lag, right? But it is not sunlight until 7:30 or 7:20. And for some reason that is bothering the crap out of me. And I've never looked at it like how it's affecting me that way. It's just always been like, yeah, I'm tired. So we fall back. So the sunset should be, or sunrise should be 6:30, which is helpful to me. But I'm going to have my light. So what I really kind of want to do is be up going by 6:30. So I'm going to set that alarm for 6. And then what we'll do is it'll slowly light up. I'm so excited to try it. But it's not super hard, but it's like a learning curve, like to figure out like all these darn buttons, y'all. And I don't even know if I posted what I showed y'all. That's annoying. I'm just going to post no matter what. But you got buttons and stuff, and so there's a radio, which I don't want. And you can have 2 alarms, which is nice. A sleep timer. So anyway, I really want to do that. But yeah, just stuff like that. Just little things to follow through with. Like I got my dishwashers on. I've not been great with dishes this week, which is fine. I don't know. I was trying to pay attention, like instead of being upset with myself or why you do, but really try to listen and pay attention to habits or what am I not doing that ends up to me not doing my dishes, like trying to be curious, right? I was reading a quote, can't remember who said that, maybe it was Einstein, about curiosity is everything. And I thought, how do you switch the judgy mind to a curious mind, right? And that's what I'm sort of working on. I am curious literally about everything except myself. Like if someone came to me on the desk at the library and said, hey, do you want to look in my purse? I would love to look in people's purses. I find that fascinating. There used to be in a magazine inside celebrities' purses, and but I could look at it. And when people are trying to get their library card or get something out of their purse, it's just fascinating to me sometimes what they bring out. And I don't care if you have a small purse, you have a big purse, unless you are that A+ type, perfect, organized. And let me tell you, there are people like that among us. You might be one of them. People are a hot mess pulling things out. And big purse, little purse, is fascinating. So I'm curious about everything. So I'm working to being curious about myself. Move out of judgment into curiosity. And even like if somebody is judging you or, I don't know what the word is for, like to be more curious about why than like feeling that feeling. You have to feel your feelings. That doesn't feel good. I don't care. It takes a minute to put it in perspective. Especially if you feel vulnerable or, this happened too, like after my mom died. And like when I had my brain tumor, it was interesting. People were really kind to me and good to me, and I really had to rest when my brain needed to rest. So I would go in the room and lay on the couch, and, I took leave for all that. I wasn't expecting anything, but that was nobody's business. Right? Really. So, there's a little bit of like, well, is she taking leave or she has a longer break? That a little bit of that going on. So there's a little bit of that going on. But again, it was nobody's business. And I took leave and my supervisor knew, but it was important for me to do it. But people were very kind to me and were treated me specially. People, it's so funny. I try to do that for people all the time. But someone, has cancer or this or that, you kind of step up your gear a little bit. Or there's people who shy away and can't do it. And it's interesting. It's like brain stuff. If I right now were like dealing with cancer and I don't know, it's interesting. People react differently, but brain stuff is still tricky. Like it's still a little bit now. You guys have been so supportive and, there are people who are so supportive and totally get it. I don't care who you are. You have mental trouble sometimes, right? You just do. Or you have suffering or anguish or pain or, disbelief and so, but it's interesting who like doesn't respond at all, which is absolutely fine. I really work on my expectations, including myself, right? But yeah, and I tend to be someone who's polarizing. I think that I remember one time a long time ago, this crazy supervisor I had, I love my birthday. I'll remind everyone, yes, it's my birthday. Don't forget treats. And it's just fun. I don't get like the big brouhaha about like, I work with someone who's like, don't mention my birthday. Don't get me a cake. I thought, don't get a card. Because we usually have at least staff cards for everyone. And we try to have a cake or something fun. That reminds me, we have a birthday party coming up soon at work. I got to find that date. because I need to make something. That's the kind of thing I would never usually forget, but just, you know, going to set up reminders. But yeah, so, and he made a big deal. It was like a countdown to my birthday. It was just fun, silly. And then people got upset. Older people. I guess it looked like a form of favoritism, but it was just because I actually loved it. So I don't know. Life is strange, y'all. Life is strange. People are stranger, and I include myself top of the list. So anyway, but that's the state of my union. It is almost 8 o'clock. Is that right? That doesn't feel right. It's 9:39. Apparently I've lost the ability to tell time. I was going to say, wait a minute. I had this whole hunt for my phone. I told you that, right? See, I don't even remember. Anyways, way under, I had my flashlight. So I found stuff under my bed that was good to get rid of. And I've been cleaning. There's not much under my bed anymore because I need to get a new mattress. And I'm not going to have them take an old mattress and it looks like some kind of homeless shelter under there. No, I've been working on that. And I pulled out this one container because I really want the container, and it said Elvis on it. And I thought, so I had an Elvis bathroom, and when I dismantled it, I let a lot go, but there's some Elvis stuff in there. I'll have to show y'all. So I got to make some decisions on that. I'll probably let it go. I think there's a lunchbox I'll keep because I can put stuff in it for, you know, art. All right, well, I'm going to finish up my pudding and some drinks, and thinking about a second cup of coffee. I don't do that often, but I feel like I need some. Maybe I'll wait a little bit and have decaf and energize myself a little bit. But right now, my goal is do the dishes and then do a little art time. I set my alarm. Write myself a note. You're choosing to limit your time because you like to do this. Honestly, it's that simple. But yeah. But anyway, you guys, again, I'm working on comments. My hands are killing me a little bit. I banged the crap out of my thumb yesterday. I thought, please, I went home. I iced it. But that is like right now. I'm going to take a break today and work on my comments because they mean a lot to me, and I don't want you, especially if you're new. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to do it. It's not that I don't want to do it. I forget. Literally goes out of my head. Like, it's fascinating how really something I really want to do. Like this light, I am desperate. And it's just like, don't see it. And the time I can do it is like I'm leaving out the door. I don't literally have the time. It's just wild how that works. But I'm going to train myself to look today at these notes. But I can't wait to take you in my studio in the library. And I think I'll go ahead and film. Like right now, my library is wild because I've got things pulled in everywhere. But then you can see the chaos turn into order. Now this amazing gift closet full of stuff, but I'm not starting that. I'll go through some of that closer to Christmas, but I've already pretty much have everything for everyone. And then, yeah, my mom and I were big on buying stuff through the year because we shopped all the time. But yeah, all right. And then you can see the transition, but it was 100 times worse than it is now. So, but I got all kinds of good stuff. And again, I can't just focus on my library because it's not affecting anyone else. But there are a few things, right? And I want to show you my dollhouse and where my tchotchkes are going to go. And then I want to show you I could just spend all day filming for you guys. Honestly, it's so much fun. But Beverly and I talk about this all the time. I don't want to keep handling the same things over and over and over. I don't. They have to leave my house, and like this time next year, I really want my house decluttered. The garage, maybe, but for now, the house. I really don't want to I want to do art. I want to go hang out with people. I don't want to be just dealing with the same crap over and over again. And, I'm going to take you when I go under this cupboard because there are things that I have not let go of my mom. Like there's pie plates, y'all. I can't remember the last time I made a pie, right? And let's just say I get rid of them and I want to make a pie. I can literally go to Dollar Tree and get 2 pie plates for $1.25, right? And use them and throw them out. But in my head, my mom had this aesthetic, like you would never bring you would bring a nice pie plate. But pie plates, and I got Claire's bowls. Now I found these bowls from Trader Joe's, y'all. I love these, not Trader Joe's, Dollar Tree. Trader Joe's and Dollar Tree are used intermittently, and I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about. But I love these bowls. Like we were using those paper bowls, and they got insanely expensive. Jeez Louise. So, and I didn't like the idea, but I hated these other bowls. Like they were hard to clean. Why am I hanging on? Right? Like maybe I can save one for a water bowl, but why am I hanging on to these bowls? They're taking up space. Chances of me using them again are slim to none. Then I think, well, you could use one in your art studio. No, I can't. I really can't. Somebody could use this. Somebody just got a cat. You know, they'll use it. So that's an example of what, and I have a lot of coffee in there, and I'm going to start sharing more of that because, you know, coffee can't last forever. And I tend not to go back. I mean, some of the flavor coffees are okay, but I don't want okay. But other people are going to love them. So I work. Anyway, I need this cupboard to be easy to get in and out of. It's where I want to keep her cat food, that kind of thing. There's just some plastic stuff I want to keep in there. So that is one of my goals. And to be just on this, I told myself, just be ruthless on this one cabinet. That's it. Not saying you have to go every single, but right there and under my sink, right? There are stuff, it can go downstairs with the washer dryer and it's there when I need it. And I need to, and I have these things in the garage. I still have some like organizing things for everything I got to pull it out. I don't want someone to go get something and then it's like just chaos. Because I don't like it either, right? Somehow it's so much easier to do like, oh, this future roommate, make it easier for them. Not myself, but there you are. So I'm really working on that. And with tchotchkes, it's going to be a tchotchke massacre. They're all going to new homes. So I will keep what fits on this one shelf. And that's what Peter Walsh says, y'all. I love Peter Walsh. This is, you have a limit. That's it. You have a limit. That's it. And this Dana K. White, I've been listening to some of her stuff, and she's got a YouTube channel. Same thing. Your house is a container, therefore a room, a box, whatever. So, and I know I'm doing a good job, y'all. So I'm going to say that, yes, I have these bizarre, high, weirdo standards that are probably not attainable, and I'm letting that go as much as I can, but there's still, I don't know, I feel like whatever, when I was a kid watching commercials, like toothpaste commercials, you know, stuff like that, the houses look just like perfect because they were sets on, yeah, they weren't houses, they were sets. And there's something about the, I don't know, that appealed to me, but that's not how I'm going to live. But all right, guys, I've been talking like over an hour. So, and that's fine. Let's just see if I can get it up. That's another story. I'm going to work on that right now before I do my dishes, do a little art, clear the table a little bit. But again, you guys, think about right now when you watch this, think of 3 things you're grateful for, right? And sometimes, you know, start each day with a grateful heart is a choice. It's a choice. And I really do want to live in grace and gratitude. I really, no matter what goes on. And I think actually that little breakdown I had has helped me with that. Like, has it really, you know, we're meant to cry. We are meant to sob. We are meant to wail. We just are. Helps our body so much. And, you know, I have a friend who suffers from severe anxiety, and I send her stuff all the time. But there's this woman on YouTube, and I don't know if she's on Instagram, but it's called Therapy in a Nutshell. I love her. They're short. But one of the things she talked about, and I know I've talked about this before, and we're going to go into 2 hours, apparently, but polar bears are animals. So she gave the example of a polar bear being tracked, right? They wanted to shoot him with a tranquilizer gun to examine him and whatever they were going to do, but it stressed the polar bear out when, you know what I mean? So they get it done. They do what they need to do. And when the polar bear starts to come to, before it's even conscious, it starts shaking, like its whole body shakes for like a minute or more, just shakes. And she said what that's doing is resetting their nervous system, right? Resets their nervous system. So when wild animals in the wild, when they go into fight or flight, let's say they live, their body has a mechanism to release that thing so they're not carrying it with them, right? And we don't do that. We see some horrible thing on the TV and our body, literally, mine does. It's like it can go into fight or flight or freeze because it's horrific and my brain doesn't know what to do with it. So what she said, one of the things is just like, let's just say like you had a close call in the car or whatever it is, right? When you can, obviously if you're driving, you can't get on this side of the road, but dance, like shake, like put on Taylor or whatever her name is and shake, 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 shake for a minute. Like literally just shake to give your body what it needs to do. It's programmed to do that, right? And I guess our caveman ancestors would be in that. And then I don't know, maybe the running, whatever would help that. So we've evolved into these anxious beings because we don't move like we used to. So I love that thing. And I'm trying to, because I start having thoughts that upset me, or start catastrophizing, all kinds of things. And so I'm trying, when I catch myself, when I'm aware of it, because I've had such anxiety that I've lost weight because of the anxiety. And that's not how I want to lose weight. I'm fine, the lightest I've been in a little bit, which is good, but I don't want it to be because of that. So I'm trying to do that. Take a minute and shake, 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 depending on where I'm at, right, y'all? So that's my gift to you today. Think about when you read something, when you can and you're conscious of it, you have whatever it is, you get a bill or whatever, just try to shake it out in that moment, because it will do more for your psyche, your body than a Xanax will, really, but God forbid, do not. Xanax is my favorite. That, when you need it, take your medicine, y'all. Don't. Yeah. Anyway, there we are. So you take care, and I'm going to pop in, hopefully, but I can't promise, but I'm going to upload this now because my brain gets tired, y'all, and it just can't do more than can't do everything I'd like it to do, right? That's the thing. That's it. But yeah, it is what it is, right? I'm going to shake it off right now. All right, guys. See you soon.